Did you know that it's possible to have pain in this lifetime from an injury you got in a previous life? That's exactly what my client found out in her higher self hypnosis session with me. First, I lead my clients to look at a past life that's relevant to their current life, and then they channel their higher self to get answers to every question they have about their lives. When we looked at this past life, my client was told that she was a 16-year-old boy when we came on the scene. He was very poor. He had no shoes on, and his clothes were made of a burlap sack. He lived in a little hut with his mother, who also had bare feet. They had a dirt floor, one table, and one chair. Even though they were poor, he was very content and happy and grateful for his life. He ended up getting a job working at the castle to bring in extra money for his mom and himself. When I asked him to move forward in time, he saw himself older now, about 20 years old. He was a soldier and going off to battle. He was proud and fearful at the same time, and by this time his mother had died and she was buried behind their little hut. He didn't have a wife or partner, but he did have a really good friend who was also in the army with him. I tried to move him forward in time a little bit more, but he couldn't see anything, so I suspected he maybe died in that battle. So I asked him about that. And reading from the notes that I take off my screen, he said, "It's a battle. I definitely was killed in the battle. I can feel it. I can feel the piercing in my heart. It's a spear or an arrow. And I also feel one in my lower back, through my stomach, right through my bone. And I know that I'm dying. I'm on the field. There's a lot of people dying. I can see the person above me who killed me. He's not even paying attention. He's looking around, but I'm down. The horses are walking on top of us. It's muddy and I'm giving in, thinking, yep, I know I'm going to die, but it just really felt like it took a long time for me to actually die." Once he left his body, he said, "I was small. I was a small boy, and there's mud and blood everywhere. I have compassion for him looking down. He was a small, sweet boy. Only the dead are left, and my friend is standing here next to me. He died too. Being in the army gave me a sense of purpose. I wish I could have lived longer." Later in the session, when she was channeling her higher self, I asked about the back pain and said, "Where did it come from? Is it from this life, another life? What can you tell me about that?" Her higher self said, "We have shown her the past life because of that past trauma. She was wondering why. That is why we showed her that past life. All of her trauma gathers from her injuries. It was an unseen hole that we've now removed." So yes, while many of our aches and pains and diseases come from things that happen in this lifetime, it's not always the case. Sometimes we carry things on a soul level or from our ancestors and even from past lives, and that includes injuries that happen to our physical body so we can heal them now.